Welcome back to the Kaleidosphere, a Dungeons & Dragons Play Podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan. Joining me are Grant.
Zachariah Harris, just realizing he threw the potential familiar into the water.
Cody.
The professional sailor, Jack Rackman.
Pippin. Mordecai.
It's not Mordecai. It's Moriarty. And, well, we just fucking destroyed a city.
Jonathan.
Meet Scott, who is shirking her responsibilities as, a guardian of the world.
And Alex.
Clacker Volkson, they don't know that I know how to do everything on this ship.
Join us on episode 17 of our first campaign, To Whom the Sea Belongs. Last week, you met Captain Elizabeth Chance, captain of the Black Sparrow, and you agreed to figure out terms after setting sail, but basically you would join her crew and head after the Black Tusk. Coincidentally, two ships that are named Black, which is the ship on which Hudson has been stowed to the best of your knowledge. You found Azure, the water genasi. You interrogated her. You figured out that the Black Tusk is almost certainly headed toward West Danica, toward one of the ports on this side of West Danica. You talked with Kinawan, you talked with Nelton. Kinawan is going to stay behind and try to find, defeat Zugchiganku. You have all set him up with your network of friends in Cliffs Bay, including Nelton, Azure, and Leon. Meanwhile, the rest of you have decided to mount a rescue mission for Hudson Swift, trying to catch up to the Black Tusk. You are aware that it's going to be difficult to catch up on the open ocean, but because of kind of a bounty, for lack of a better term, that you sent out through official venues, it's likely that they will be waylaid when they hit shore, and hopefully, if you haven't caught up to them yet at that point, you can do so once you hit shore. We left off right as the Black Sparrow, under the command of Elizabeth Chance, sets out into the bay. It sails its way through the blockade. The naval officers kind of wave you through. Again, they're only concerned with the Taiwanese ships that are moored a couple miles away from shore. Elizabeth calls for the sails to be unfurled, and you set off to the east, towards West Danica. It's probably 3 a.m. by the time you're here, so are you all going to try to converse with anyone, or do you want to call it a night?
I think Jack would just be making small talk with the other sailors.
Sure.
Clacker's trying to learn the songs and get the words down still.
Okay.
But he's been making small talk with them, just basically about the music.
Yeah.
Trying to make a really good impression.
Moriarty's still working on sobering up the crew with some coffee and hot tea, the beverages and the like. Maybe a snack.
Alright. We can get really deep into roleplay conversation if you want to. Otherwise, this can just kind of be background as you're sailing. Jack, you can talk with a human who introduces himself as Jonas. He's one of the sailors for Elizabeth. He's hanging onto the rigging.
Yeah, his name is Jonas. Oh, have you heard that one, Jonas? That's a very famous song about your name.
Oh, Jesus. Boats full of men.
Yeah, it's a crew of 30, plus Elizabeth, plus the 5 of you. So there's a lot of people on this boat.
Now, Elizabeth's name, so if we called her, Elizabeth, Beth, so what, is this our Beth chance of getting this done? To go get Hudson? Our Beth chance?
Man overboard!
That is clever. That was not intentional, but I like it.
Got it.
If you say that out loud, she would ask you to call her Captain Elizabeth.
Oh, another captain.
I am the captain of my ship. She takes a drink of rum and leans on her steering wheel.
Well, I used to do some captaining myself back in the day.
Well, is that right? She
yeah.
Rubs her eyes. She squints at you. Right, you're that You're that milk and syrup biannual magazine something?
Yep, that's me.
Pleasure. She takes another big gulp of rum. Well, hey, I realize we didn't set terms for a sale here, so I guess we should do that, huh? Let's see what I'm thinking. Where exactly do you need to go? Where are you trying to get?
That was, oh geez, I'm totally blanking. West Annika, right? Are we going there?
Oh yeah, that's where we're heading, what was it, Kings River? Or
Oh,
where
yeah.
was the other town?
Ricksport was the other town.
Pricksport, that's right, Pricksport.
Prickspot.
No, it's Pricksport.
She
Pricksport?
chuckles at that. It's an apt name for it. I like that. King Prickard.
And as far as the money can go, I mean, we'll agree upon a term and then you just gotta take the bill to Tea and Honey Quarterly, as far as I know, right? That works for me.
Here's what I'm thinking for Bill. I go wherever the wind blows. I'm happy sailing over to West Annika. In exchange, I expect your assistance with any pirating endeavors we find. We waylay a ship, we loot it, we keep going. My crew and I get the profit from that. Your payment is just as direct a sail as possible to West Annika. She realizes that she's been leaning on her steering wheel like too much and the boat is starting to turn the wrong way, and she recorrects it.
What type of pirating, or before we agree, what type of pirating are we talking?
The kind where we get a whole bunch of money from other people.
What type of violence is included in this?
As little as they ask for. I mean, if they resist, then we're gonna fight, but we don't need to, massacre everyone. We just want their coins.
Okay. I guess I don't know. As long as it's not extremely violent or anything, I don't see a problem.
We'll only be violent if they fight back. And even then, we don't need to kill everyone. We just will if they absolutely insist on a fight to the death.
Right, yeah, being pragmatic about it, I mean, we do need passage. We did sign up with you, no offense. We kind of knew what we were getting into, so that's agreeable to me. Is everyone all right with not plundering during this transpo?
I suppose. Free ride.
Sure.
Help as a crewman. Fairly standard agreement.
Yeah, free ride. The loot, once again, from plundering goes to me and the crew, not the five of you. Your payment is sailing to where you want to go.
Yar.
I suppose that's probably a good as deal we're gonna get, really. But any fish I get up are for me and them, and not you. No, I'm kidding. I'll share.
Well, seeing as we're all in agreement then, you're a fisher. That's excellent. Maybe you can show our cook a thing or two.
We'll have to say about it. Depends how bright the lad is,
Right, he's bright as mud, I like to say.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
I'm hoping you can polish him up a little bit, make him, make all our stomachs rest easier.
I'm not a cabin boy. No, oh, you weren't meaning that. Oh, okay, never mind.
No. No, just show him which seasonings to use. I don't think you can tell salt from pepper right now.
Okay. Alright, I'll see what I can do.
I thank you. My stomach thanks you. Yeah. As the ship sails along the southeast coast of Penjarhao, I'm not sure how well the rocking of the boat agrees with Mitsuka and Zachariah, since you two are going to be less accustomed to ocean sailing in general. It's different on the Astral Sea. Zachariah, you don't have a stomach, so I guess.
It's gonna be like, actually.
Oh no, I'm fine. I don't eat. No food.
Right.
As long as no one cries any eyeballs.
The rocking is probably actually really soothing to Jack and probably to Moriarty and Clacker as well, as you're back on familiar turf or familiar surf.
Ha.
Thanks for the courtesy laugh. So
That was good.
unless any of you want to do anything different, like continue to chat up Jonas or some of the other sailors or Elizabeth herself, I'm going to say you can all go ahead and take a long rest at this point. Meaning that you would wake up at probably 9 or 10 in the morning.
Level 5, of course. I wake up stronger, don't I, Nathan?
You will wake up stronger when we next record. You can all level up after the session.
What?
That is set in stone.
I'll take it, God.
I don't like the premise of what that implies is going to happen on the next day or two.
Right.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah, coincidentally, Moriarty, as you're pondering the implications that God just foretold, you hear some lovely singing coming from the shore of Penjarhao. It is a hauntingly beautiful melody. There is...
I've been wanting to hear somebody sing, for he's a jolly good fellow for a long time.
There is exquisite harmonizing. It causes your blood to boil, to melt. It causes your heart to want to sing along with it.
I have neither.
Quick,
Excellent
put some
point.
cloth in your ears.
Excellent point.
It gives you bone spurs.
I also don't have ears.
I'll need a wisdom save from each of you, as well as from the 31 crew members of the ship.
The 31 crewmen.
Wow.
21 wisdom save from Jack Rackman.
Very nice.
I put the cloth in my ears.
15 from Zachariah.
21.
There I am. Oh boy. A 3!
No!
Y'all, I've really been wanting to hear some good music, so I'm gonna hear it.
You're gonna hear it. So Mitsuka got a 23 as well, so everyone except for Clacker out of the party is fine. Let me check for the crew members real quick. There was an error in my formula. I tested this formula.
Oh no, I have to re-roll? Dang it.
No, not you. There we go. Okay, 5 of the 10 elite sailors succeed, and 9 of the 20 not elite sailors succeed. So that's not great for the crew.
That's about average.
Let's see, let me find Elizabeth real quick and make a save for her. Wisdom save, what is that? A 7 for Elizabeth, so she also fails. She's enchanted. This is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so those of you who failed are enchanted by a magical melody. You are incapacitated, which means you can't take actions, bonus actions, or reactions. While charmed, you are compelled on your turn to move closer to the shore, closer to the singing by the most direct route. You don't avoid opportunity attacks, but before moving into damaging terrain, you can remake the save, as well as at the end of each of your turns. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. I'm going to do one initiative, or I'm going to do like a total of 3 initiatives for the crew.
Got it. 11 on ya boy.
It's a 21 for Clacker.
Very nice.
A 7 on Moriarty.
8 for the general sailors,
19 for Jack Rackman.
10 for the elite sailors, 5 for Elizabeth. Mitsuka, did you roll? I didn't see yours. Nice, 20 for Mitsuka. Alright, sorry for all that. That was a lot of people. So Clacker is actually going first with a 21.
Woo! Wisdom save, basically, after I move?
After you move, a wisdom save. Yep.
I don't think I can really move much anyway.
I mean, you can jump off the boat.
Well, didn't you say before we go into the dangerous terrain we can make a saving throw?
Terrain that would actually deal physical damage to you.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Does jumping off the boat take any of my movement away? Or
I would
how
say it
much does
takes
that use?
5 feet away.
5 feet. I can go. Is there a specific harpy that is singing to me?
Yeah, let's see. It is the 3rd harpy right here. So you can all see 6 harpies or sirens singing from the rocky cliffs. The rocky cliffs do look particularly jagged and damaging.
So yeah, I'm going off that boat. Let's hop off. And
All right.
Boom boom was right here.
Nice.
And yeah, now wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Yep, for the end of your turn. Yeah.
A 6.
You are still charmed.
You guys, this is really good music. You should come listen to this. Oh wow. And I'm trying to sing along with it as well, like every other word, like I was doing with the sea shanties.
What do we do with a delicious orca folk?
Delish orca folk.
Mitsuka, it's your turn.
Mitsuko wasn't really aware of what was happening until Clacker suddenly hurled himself off of the boat, but then I think she would guess it's some sort of enchantment and kind of knows the general nature of what's going on. So she's going to turn and look for anyone else who she thinks might be going towards the side of the boat. Can she roll like perception to see if she thinks anyone has fallen under the spell of the Harpies?
Yeah, DC, I think that would actually be insight, not perception.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to say DC 10, and you have advantage, because it's pretty obvious which people are being affected.
Perfect. All right, I'm rolling insight. Yeah, 18 and 23. So, yes.
Yeah, you can tell. Again, there are, out of the crew of 30, 21 of them are... I'm sorry, that's not right. 16 of them are charmed, and look like they're going to start jumping off.
Not the Raven, too.
Raven 2!
It is actually Raven 2, because Raven 1 is dead.
Good point.
Mitsuka's gonna cast Bless onto... Let's see here. She's gonna cast Bless onto Moriarty, and you said Elizabeth's under the spell, right?
Elizabeth is under the spell.
right.
Out of the party, Clacker is the only one on the spell.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, Clacker. So, let's see. It's a range of 30 feet. This Clacker's not more than 30 feet away from the boat.
Yeah, you're fine to get Clacker in that.
Alright, so I would cast it on Clacker and Elizabeth and one other, just like a random elite sailor, like the first one she would see.
Sure, we'll say that one is Jonas.
Yeah, would cast Bless, which means that I can hold this up for a minute of concentration, and then whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw, target can roll a d4 and add the number to the attack roll or saving throw.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be quite
Actually,
helpful.
I'm going to cast it at level 2 so I can get another elite sailor. I'm going to cast it on him or her as well.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Who was Bless on again?
Clacker and Elizabeth and 2 elite sailors.
Got it.
All right. Jack is up next. Zachariah is on deck.
And I'm staying on deck.
I think I'm going to just start opening fire on these Harpies.
Sure.
Seems like I'm kind of vaguely familiar with them as I pass my save. I see them over there on the rock singing. It's pretty obvious what's going on.
Yeah.
Shoot them with a guiding bolt. 24.
Solid. A 24 is going to hit. I am, it'll hit them even with cover. So you can hit any of them except for the one far over on the right here. That one has total cover right now from the rocks.
Yeah, I'll just start from the left, I guess.
Okay. 8 damage.
Yeah. I will shoot a quickened spell
Okay.
to quicken a firebolt.
And so you have advantage on this.
Indeed. With a crit.
Nice. Very nice.
For 17 damage.
Whoa!
Well done.
So Jack just, releases like a volley of lightning energy, lightning and fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's pretty hurt. It's easily bloodied. Dang it. The health edited on all of them.
Oh no.
That was an impressive AoE.
Right?
Much more than I had intended, but I'll
Great
take
work,
it.
Jack. That was impressive.
All right. Sorry about that. So that was action and bonus action. I'm guessing that's it from Jack?
Yeah.
All right. Zachariah, you are up.
Zachariah is going to just stay where he is, and he's going to push his cloak back and draw his pistol, bringing his spellbook out in front of him, also drawing some magical energy. You're going to hear the bell chime over the sound of the song as I cast Toll the Dead, and they'll need to make a wisdom save of their own.
Indeed.
The one that Jack hit against a whopping
I got a
6
4.
damage.
6 damage. Nice.
And I keep my flintlock leveled at that harpy, but that is the end of my turn.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to be a little bit slow at this at first as I'm getting used to mass rolls, but it's the elite sailors and then the sailors. Moriarty will be the next PC. So the 5 elite sailors that are not charmed are going to take aim with their rifles.
Yarr.
All right, and 4 of the 5 elite sailors that are not charmed hit their marks.
What the hell? Why not me?
The ones that are not charmed. Like they pull out rifles, take aim at the sirens.
Great. Then, yeah, definitely not me then.
Right.
If you wish, they could aim at you, I mean.
Oh no, not yet.
So 2 of them hit the first harpy on the left and take it out.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the next 2 start working on the second one. The other 5 are all gonna jump in the water. They don't have swim speeds, so they can't move as quickly as Clacker. And then they're gonna make their saving throws. And 2 of them get a plus d4, so I'll add that in a second. 3 of them succeed. We'll add a d4 to one of them. The other 2 are low enough that they're not gonna succeed anyway. So only 2 of them are still charmed at this point.
Lucky.
We're gonna use a yellow dot to represent the ones that are charmed. There we go. That's all for them. Normal sailors, this is gonna take longer. And then Moriarty.
Alright.
So 9 are not charmed. Those 9 are gonna make the same flintlock rifle attacks. 5 of them hit for a total of 18 damage on the injured harpy.
Nice.
Yeah. And then
Oh god.
the other 11 are gonna make their saves now. And 8 of them succeed. So only 3 more are charmed, but they are all gonna have to move closer anyway before they succeed.
Leap to your doom.
Yeah, like what a weird place to find yourself. Like you just leapt into the ocean, then you passed your save.
Right.
What am I doing?
The water snapped them out of it.
Yeah, so let's see. Schmuck and Billy are still charmed. Okay.
Oh god, I have to say it. I'm all wet and surrounded by semen.
Oh no.
Whoa! Whoa! Clean yourself off.
Wow.
This has been To Whom the Sea Belongs.
To whom the seaman
To whom the seaman belongs. To whom does this seaman belong?
Oh no.
I'm done here. No, we're done.
Unrelated, Moriarty, it is your turn now.
I don't think we'll ever beat that. That's kind of cool.
No.
Does
more
Clacker
living flesh.
does Clacker have inspiration?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
dang it.
Alright, so it's Moriarty's turn. Well, Moriarty is gonna turn to whoever doesn't have a range thing, so I guess Mitsuka? Lower the anchor! He's gonna yell up, lower the anchor! And then he's gonna grab his fishing rod, hold on to the line, and then just check it at, then there's still an injured harpy, right?
There is still an injured harpy.
Alright, he's gonna chuck it over at it. For 22.
Yeah, that's a hit.
For, wait, why is, oh, because that's,
'Cause you got a
7
crit,
damage.
7 damage. All
Too
right.
bad I didn't, have advantage on that.
Yeah,
Because that would have been one fucked up harpy.
it sure would. As it is, it's still not doing too good.
And as a bonus action, we gotta pull it back to my hand.
All right.
And that's gonna be it.
Perfect. So the harpies are going to go now. They're going to keep singing. Because when you succeed, you're immune to a particular harpy song, but not to everyone's song. Those of you who are not charmed are going to have to make the check again.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's rude.
I know.
And which one was it? What save was it?
Sorry, a wisdom
Wisdom.
save.
Okay. Well, that's a need.
Whoop.
Well,
So 6 of the other crew members just got charmed. Moriarty just got charmed. Mitsuka got a crit fail, so she's
Yep.
charmed.
I got a crit fail, but then on the other side I had...
What's wrong with all of you? Get yourselves together. Fuck.
Everyone is charmed except for Zachariah and a couple random sailors.
I'm going for Hudson. You guys figure this out.
Oh, God. Well,
Okay, only 1 more elite sailor is charmed.
Ravioli, ravioli, give me the formuoli.
And so the other 2 of the harpies are not singing. 3 of them are singing to continue to charm you all. The other 3 are going to fly on their ugly chicken wings toward the rest of you. They're gonna have to double move to reach anyone, so they're just gonna move up to that first sailor, and that's all they can do on this turn. That's gonna bring us to Elizabeth, who is charmed, and then we'll be back to Clacker. She's gonna make her wisdom save. She is still charmed. And we're back to the top of the order with Clacker again.
Alright, let me get right up next to this harpy here. Hey baby. And then what do I do? Do I just hang out by them? Or
Yeah, you just hang out by it.
I'm just trying to sing the words with the harpy, just completely enthralled with every note. And let's make a save. A 13!
Hey, you made the save. No longer charmed. On your next turn, you can start eating it or whatever you want to do.
I'm still trying to sing the words though.
Okay. Mitsuka, you're charmed.
Yep. Alright. Mitsuka's eyes kind of glaze over, and she also throws herself overboard. And I believe... Oh man, I really might be mistaken here, but I believe she has... One second, sorry, I gotta find this one part about swimming speed for Dragon Turtleborn.
Yeah, I think it's one of the sub races. I don't think it's every single one.
I gain swim speed equal to my walking speed. Okay, so yeah, Mitsuka is gonna swim. Let's see, it says 15. I guess she's like right here by the sailor over here. So
go ahead and move her 5 more feet forward, just so you're not on top of the sailor.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm pretty close to Clacker.
Yeah.
And
Oh, hey there.
Mitsuka just ignores him, and like her eyes are kind of shining with the beauty of the music.
Yeah, I know, it's great, isn't it?
Mitsuka like just nods slowly, kind of dazed.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess I'll just roll a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
And got a 21.
Yeah, you are no longer charmed. You see clearly now that you're in the water.
I feel like it would be kind of like I don't know if y'all have seen Moon Knight, when he like kind of he's like walking or something, and then he just like snaps, and all of a sudden he's like in a completely different place.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Just very quickly.
The dissociation.
Yeah. But she would know pretty quickly like what happened to her.
Right.
And yeah.
And we're on to Jack, who is also charmed.
Right. So I guess I proceed to just jump in the water and swim right up next to the harpies there.
Yeah.
Get over here. Come on in, the water's harpy infested.
Oh my god, this is the best music I've ever heard.
I know.
And a wisdom save from Jack.
And who are these lovely ladies that are singing? Could I get your name, ma'am?
Oh yes, I would love to give you my name. And then to like anyone who's not charmed, it sounds like...
Oh god.
Oh, I don't like this song. Oh, no.
Zachariah, you are not charmed. What would you like to do?
How many are singing still?
The 3 that are not flying up next to everyone are actively singing.
Could you repeat that? For some reason, it just didn't click.
Sure. The 3 that are not up close in melee with everyone are actively singing. So the 3 that are like further back.
Okay. I am going to... You moved me. I'm going to run up to the mast, and I am going to use this turn. I'm going to use an item. I'm going to use my rope to lash myself to the mast.
Okay. Smart.
And then, because I can't like kill one in one round, so I'm going to like set up for the rest of the fight. I hope no one dies. I'm doing some preparation, but good.
No,
you'll be fine.
I mean, that's a clever move. Okay, so we're going to count you as grappled.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Elite sailors. 3 of them are charmed. Swim up closer to the harpies. So that's the boat. It's not the boat.
Whoa!
And those 3 are going to make their saving throws real quick. See if they recover. One of them is no longer charmed. The other 2 are actually going to get to roll again because they are also about to take damage from moving onto the sharp rocks. And they both succeed, so none of the elite sailors are charmed anymore, but 2 of them are about to take some damage. They each take 6 damage from the rocks.
Ooh.
It's the Rocky Horror Harpy show.
Yeah.
Normal sailors is going to be a pain. A bunch of them are charmed. So a whole bunch of them run up and jump into the water. They're going to make their saves now. 3 of them get to make 2 saves because they're also about to take that same damage. 2 of the ones that took the damage succeed. I'll roll the damage in a minute during Moriarty's turn. The rest of them get the save. 7 more saving throws. And 6 of them succeed, so that's pretty good. What is left? Sorry, I forgot for the elite sailors to... the ones that were not charmed to make their attacks. So I'm going to do that real quick and then we'll have Moriarty's turn.
Alright.
Probably be able to do some damage. I do like this command where you can have a whole bunch of rolls at once. That's really handy.
That is cool.
Yeah. So of the elite sailors that were not charmed, 4 of them hit. That's enough to kill this harpy and do some damage to the next Harpy. 7 damage to the next Harpy. And the not elite sailors, how many of them? I think it was like 8 of them. Some of them are in the water and don't really have any effective attacks. So we're going to call it 8 more gunshots. For 3 more successes.
Ooh, a crit in there.
Oh, you're right, good catch. So 19 more damage to that Harpy. And finally now it is Moriarty's turn.
Oh, well, time to be epically charmed and jump off a boat.
Indeed.
The water is fine.
Thought he is a jolly good fellow for...
Inspiration if you don't have it, that was fun.
Yay!
Yes.
That's got to be a joke of the show so far.
And I'm still charmed.
Actually, with an 11, you are not charmed
I
anymore.
was gonna say, it
Woohoo!
meets.
I thought it was 13!
No,
Nope, it's 11, so you got it.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
it was the song. Power
What the
of
fuck
music.
am I in the water? Did anybody put down the anchor?
Okay, so 2 of the Harpies are just gonna make some attacks against this poor sailor. 13 hits, 18 hits,
Poor dude.
7 misses, a crit hits.
Just got torn to pieces.
Yeah.
Looks like his
he's
ship's
fine.
sailing.
He'll be fine. Look at him. He's a real man.
He's
So he takes 13 damage, and then from the crit, that's gonna be 13 more damage. He's dead.
he's gonna be fine. His body rolls into the water.
Right, they just rip his entrails out and start, like, slurping them like spaghetti.
Oh.
Oh! Now why would you go and do something like that?
This last one is just gonna keep singing, so those that are charmed remain charmed. And we are onto Elizabeth, who is charmed. She's gonna make her check again. Still charmed. Back to Clacker. You are no longer charmed. There's
No, I am
still a
not.
Harpy pretty close to you.
If I move right next to it, am I in dangerous territory then, or no?
You are, because you are charmed, I will give you a dex save to avoid damage.
Okay.
Because you can, like, carefully observe where you are. It'd be DC 12.
I can't really do anything from over here. Will I be able to attack with my greatsword, or no?
No. Greatsword is 5 foot reach.
No, I mean, like, when I get next to it.
Oh, yeah, sure, sorry.
Great. So I'll move next to the Harpy. I will do a dex save. 12.
Hey, you got it. Right on the button.
Yay!
No damage.
All right. So now I'm going to swing at her with my greatsword for 10.
And a 10 just misses. 11 armor class.
Dang it. So close.
Yeah.
That's going to be it for my turn then.
Alright, Meat Sky, you're up.
Alright, so I am right next to another one as well, right? Or to the same one.
I mean, technically you're kind of crowded out, but I don't really care that much about this battle map, so I'm gonna shift everyone over one so you can make a melee attack if that's your preference.
Let me think here.
Yeah. If you would prefer a ranged attack, that's on the table too. Just you're able to be effective at this point since you're not charmed.
Yeah, let's see here. I think I'd rather cast Bless again at first level.
Okay, I
And-
was since you hadn't taken damage yet, I was saying it was still, or I was imagining that it was still being maintained.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was like since I got mind controlled.
Yeah, you might, like, it might be
No,
correct
I think
to
you're
have you
right.
reroll.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm chilling.
I think that it would probably be good for you to reroll, but I'm not going to make you at this point. If you get charmed again, I will have you reroll at that point.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I will then just, I think then I'll just, attack the Harpy in front of me with, my Star Blade. So, like, pulling the hilt out and then saying the command word, and, like, an orange blade kind of leaps into existence, and I, climb up to stab at the Harpy on the rock.
All right.
And I got, and I rolled an 11 on that.
Yep, and that's just what you needed.
Okay, perfect. And, 4 radiant damage on the Harpy.
All right. Not quite enough to take it out, but it's getting closer.
And, I think that'll be it then.
All right. On to Jack Rackman. I honestly can't remember Are you still charmed?
Yeah,
Okay.
I gotta be honest. And I still am.
Yeah.
I just failed again. I got a 7.
Yeah, so given that you're right next to a harpy, you don't have to move like any closer. But yep, you're still under the spell. Zachariah.
I feel a little silly. I thought another one was gonna start singing, and now I'm just tied to this boat. But it was a sound plan at the time.
I see what you did there.
Who of my friends is charmed?
Jack Rabbit.
Jack.
Just Jack.
And Elizabeth, if you count her a friend.
So is the only one that's singing the one that hasn't moved forward yet?
Yes, it currently has cover.
Oh, it has cover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're online, so it's difficult to do this, but imagine that the coast is like 3-dimensional and kind of goes around a bend.
She's around the bend. I can't see her. Fuck. Does she have full cover or?
She does
partial
indeed
cover?
have full cover.
Well, that's a problem. That's future Zachariah's problem. I'm going to, I guess, just try to finish off the one that Jack is dealing with.
no.
What are you doing?
The ship's still moving.
Stop it. Does she still have cover?
I will give you 3/4 cover at this point.
Okay. I am going to cast Magic Missile at a 2nd level,
Oh,
Okay.
which is going to give me 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I
Nice,
did a
thank you.
total of 7, 12, 14 damage.
All right. Not quite bloodied, but
Someone that knows this boat needs to get back on it quick, because we're leaving.
right. Yeah, the elite sailors that are in the water are going to spend their turn clambering back aboard.
Don't
Not
mind me. I had a plan.
the
It'll make
not
sense
elite
later.
sailors in the same situation are going to do the same thing, except for the ones that are charmed, of course. I think that the one that just saw his friend get disemboweled is probably too stunned to really do anything except try to get away from the harpies. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves like 4 more to make attacks. We've got 3 successes, one of which is a crit, so that kills the one harpy
Woo!
and does 10 damage to another harpy. So making progress. Let's see, the rest of them, there are, looks like only 2 sailors that are still charmed. That's helpful. And one of them is no longer charmed, so he will also climb back onto the boat. Well, he can. That's the end of his turn. The other one is going to stumble forward, taking more damage, getting more chances to save. And he finally does save, but only after he takes 8 damage. And he's no longer charmed, but he is right next to a couple harpies. That's it for the sailors. We're on to Moriarty.
Can't you just throw down the anchor before, so you're not leaving there, Zachariah?
I don't know what that means.
Anybody on board? So, those couple harpies, are they really up in the air, or how far away from the water are they?
They are within melee if you are on the shore. Given that you're down in the water, they're probably 20 feet above you.
So how about far above the water and shore are they? Are they flying still, or are they just like standing there?
They're just standing there. So, above, they're 20 feet above the water. They are not above people who are actually climbing up on the shore. The shore is going up at a pretty steep angle, like
All right.
45, 50 degrees.
Moriarty's gonna use Thorn Whip from inside the water.
Double crit. Jeez.
So that just means it's dead, right? No. 22.
Means it's almost dead. It's that 22 damage.
And then I'm gonna try to pull it down into the water because I can move it with any direction I want.
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
how many
like-
feet? 10 feet?
10 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so it's now probably 10 feet above you, and like Clacker and Jack and anyone else could like run up onto the shore to get it.
All right.
And it's actually going to close the distance and try to attack Jack.
No, I can't move.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies.
That'll hit.
Moriarty's gonna move to try to clamber up the boat with the
Okay.
rest of his.
Yeah, I'll give that to you without a check. You can scramble your way back onto the boat. There's enough like rigging and stuff that's over the side for people to climb back on.
Alrighty.
All right, and then a 17 hits you, right, Jack?
Yep.
Yeah, and how about a 10?
A 10 does not.
Okay, so that's 7 slashing damage.
Okay.
The other harpy is going to make the same attacks on the sailor. 10 misses, crit hits. The sailor takes some more damage. This last harpy, the one that had cover, is going to forego its cover to attack the sailor as well. a crit fail, and a miss. And Elizabeth, followed by Clacker. Elizabeth is just gonna move closer as she is still charmed. And she still is not making her save. She's just rolling really poorly. Got a 3 there, even with Bless. That
Yeah, dude, I can't do anything more for her.
I know, I've been tracking each roll, and I'm just like, it's not even worth rolling Bless. Like, she can't get the minimum with, even if she got a 4. Like, I think the highest she rolled was a 5, and that still wouldn't get her over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're back to Clacker.
Pretty useless cap.
I'm swinging away again.
Yeah, you are.
A 15.
That's it.
Oh, right.
It's
Finally.
actually a 19 because of Bless. I realized I forgot to add that last time for you because I think I blessed you.
Oh, good call, good call.
Like, I'll roll it.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's going to be a 16 to a 19, but either way, it's a hit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I know, I thought about that too last time. I was like, dang it, I should have used Bless. So that's going to be 11 slashing damage.
Very nice. That takes it out.
And then with, it takes it out, dang it. I was going to use Bite. Can I just bite it anyway and start chewing on it?
Yeah, you can bite it.
Okay.
Anything else from Clacker?
I'm just chewing the harpy now.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Mitska.
Mitsuka absolutely like wrinkles her nose, like makes an awkward like disgusted noise, and turns to face these other 2 harpies up on the rock up there, and I think she's just going to cast. She's just gonna hit them with some sacred flame.
All right.
So that means they've got to make a DC 12 dexterity save. The closest to the left one up there.
Okay. Dex save. I got a 21.
Okay, yeah. Well, all right. And then she's gonna move closer to where they're at to be kind of like climbing up or like kind of standing on the rocks below them now.
Okay, make a dex save. DC 12.
16, baby.
Nice. Yep, no damage from the sharp rocks. Jack's turn and then Zachariah.
I guess I'm climbing up on the rocks.
Alright, go ahead and make a dex save. Oh, and hey, the one that was singing stopped singing, so Elizabeth is now no longer charmed. I just realized that because they're both attacking the sailor.
I feel extra silly now.
That's at the end of my turn, though?
It stopped singing at the beginning of its turn, so if you were still charmed, you are no longer.
Alright. Well, I guess I will sling a couple of bolts out. I'll shoot a guiding bolt. 24 for 14 damage. Crackles with lightning.
Excellent.
I will... Fuck it. I'll quicken another spell and shoot a firebolt. 11.
11's a hit.
Yar! 8 more damage.
Isn't quickening 2 points?
Yeah, those are my last 2 points.
Oh, that's right, you're level 4, my bad. Nice. Yeah, you hit it. It's down to single digits. Not quite dead yet.
And I'll be like swimming back toward the boat.
Okay.
And once I get within 10 feet as a... Oh wait, is quickening a bonus? Yep.
Quickening makes it a bonus.
I will just scramble back onto the boat there.
Okay.
If you'll allow it, with my remaining 30.
Yeah, I'll allow that with your movement. Zachariah.
I am going... Zachariah is going to fire his flintlock off at the left of the 2 remaining.
And that's Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead, yeah. Bell sounds, echoes through the cliffs.
I crit my save, so no damage.
And it splatters against this dark bolt of energy, hits the rocks, and scatters some debris across everyone.
Right, and so now we're back to all the sailors and then Moriarty. One of them will drop the anchor, which is going to slow the ship. It's not going to stop it entirely because it's big enough it needs a couple anchors to do that, but the others are going to unload some shots. Now that they're no longer charmed, they're a pretty formidable crew. 8 successes.
It's a lot of success.
Enough damage actually to clear them both out. So,
Hell yeah.
there you go. Yeah. They did 44 damage. The remaining Harpies had a total of 32 health left.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you managed to defeat that threat before losing more than only 1 crew member. So your crew is down to 29 plus the captain and the rest of you.
'Tis a damn shame.
Could have been worse.
So it is a shame. It certainly could have been worse. Jonas is kind of torn up. That was his friend.
Right. Make sure we recover that body.
So Clacker can eat it?
No, we have to give him a proper burial and...
By throwing them back into the ocean.
I don't know. I'll find out what his religion... Who's talking right now, Mitsuka? You sound very snarky. I'm not used to this. Not used to you snarking at me.
Mitsuka like kind of looks up and is like, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hearing things. Clacker, will you help me carry the body? You're very strong.
Am I still chewing the other one?
Yeah, you're still chewing the other one until you say otherwise.
Okay, great.
Just like chewing gum at this point. Bird bones are cracking in your mouth.
Oh.
So the dead sailor is has gaping wounds in his stomach. Entrails are spread out, again, like spaghetti. There's also, his throat is completely missing, but his head is still on the body.
Yeah, I'm assuming they have some extra cloth or something like that I can wrap him up in.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, I would kind of stay away from everyone while they get the ship sailing again, and get the body kind of nicely wrapped up, and then I would I would start my my ritual to see if he followed any gods.
Sorry, I was multitasking.
You're okay.
Yeah, so you're using your lantern, right, to do the thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got a 25 on the history check that requires.
Right. So can you link the wording or remind me how that part of the lantern works?
Yeah, so I touch a corpse, I magically gain the ability to sense the general emotional state of the corpse's spirit, and this allows me to make a check on the creature's preferred method of burial based on their racial and cultural preferences. And then, of course, if they don't care, you know what I mean, as I'm communing with this spirit, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him before he died, but this would be how I'd qualify people for my Animate Dead spell. But if he would prefer, if he would prefer to be buried or he had very strong religious beliefs, you know what I mean, then I would respect that.
Yeah, so this individual was raised in the faith of Elenar, the Eternal Flame, which is the monotheistic religion on nurturance and how the Eternal Flame gives life, or gives light and life by allowing plants to grow and things like that. Everything comes from the Eternal Flame. All life comes from the Eternal Flame. He was raised in that faith. He was never particularly fond of it, and in his time sailing, he became more in tune with the ocean than anything else. And so in your communing with his soul, again, this isn't Speak with Dead, so you can't have a full conversation with him.
No, right.
But you get the sense that if he were to be laid to rest, he would want to actually just be cast into the sea and be food for the fish. That said, he is not... he does not reject the idea of becoming a thrall.
Okay. I will see if anyone feels strongly about that by not doing anything for a bit and see if anyone approaches me, and then I will get to work tonight if I need to. But first, I don't know what this crew's like. If they're going to insist on anything, I don't want to offend anyone.
Zachariah finishes this ritual, communing with kind of the essence of this soul's spirit. And yeah, gets the sense that he would be receptive to continuing to sail as a zombie.
I was thinking more of a skeleton.
Or a skeleton, continuing to sail in some capacity.
Yeah.
So as morning merges into noon into afternoon, a lot of the sailors kind of have this lost look on their expression, or on their faces. You can hear some of them trying to recover snatches of the song that had so enthralled them, but they are unable to kind of recreate the exact haunting melodies that you all experienced. As you sail on, you could speak with Elizabeth or with any of the crew. Moriarty, you could try to do some fishing if you would like to at this point. Otherwise, I think that this is a fitting opportunity for you all to just kind of learn a little bit more about pirate culture on Nara Ohan. Jack would know most of this, of course. Moriarty would know some of it. But the pirates, or the sailors, I should say, could kind of enlighten you over the course of some conversation about some of the different guilds and such on the seas. Before I do that, though, does anyone have anything specific they would like to ask of anyone, or like any specific opportunities you want to seek out?
Moriarty's gonna fish.
All right.
That's for sure.
Yeah. Let's see. You're still in coastal waters, so you could take another crack at the bluefin razorfish. Otherwise, you could wait until a little bit later in the afternoon, like as the sun is beginning to set. You might there might be some deep sea catches that you could pull up.
I could try again later. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's true. It's not a zero-sum question.
It's like, I got time.
Yeah, let's have you go ahead and make...
Just sail it.
Go ahead and make a wisdom survival or an intelligence history check, your choice.
What? Okay.
I mean, those are the closest skills that I could find to like fishing. Neither one is great, but
I could make efficiency.
So 20 with your survival. Again, there's not a great skill for fishing in 5th edition, but that is easily enough to like properly lure a bluefin razorfish. So go ahead and make an athletics check to see if you can pull it up before it breaks the line. You have advantage from your corpse worms.
18.
Very nice. Yeah, you drag it up onto the deck. It would fight back, but because there are so many crew members, like they can, if you want to take it on individually, they will respect that, but otherwise they can help you subdue it quickly.
We'll try not to beat it up too much. I plan on cooking the fish in a bit. But Moriarty's reeling in and goes like, it's a fighter. Let's bring it aboard before it snaps the line, cuts the line, and just, gets the help.
Yeah, and you get it up. They like throw a net over it and make sure like help you kill it so you can cook it up later. And let's have you make a do you have like a specific macro for your chef's tools?
Yes, I do. Cook
Okay.
tools.
Nice. Is that a 19?
It is a 19.
All right, so you are able to procure the appropriate like seasonings and like cooking techniques to make this like a mouth-wateringly delicious fish.
Well, I already had the seasonings. I got them back in Cliffs Bay.
Right, I use herbs. Yeah. Yeah. So you successfully cook it up. It is a delightful. Like, I know some people don't like the smell of fish, like cooked fish or whatever, but even the sailors that aren't particularly fond of fish are just like salivating over this.
It's beginning to smell pretty good in here in this kitchen. No, don't touch it. You'll ruin the dish.
I was just trying to help. I thought you might need some orange zest.
Well, for one, maybe, but that's a pumpkin.
Oh, right. It's the color orange, so I was confused.
Yes, that's my point. Just stay away from my fish.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice. Let's see. The cook's name is Theodore. It's like, oh right. Sorry, Moriarty. Should I get an actual orange, or do you not want to use that for this this specimen?
No, I think a little lemon zest would be a little bit better on this one.
Okay, I'll
You know what a lemon is, right?
It's the yellow one that's the same size as the orange, but not the orange pumpkin that I just had.
Yes, all right.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll go get one. And yeah, you cook it up. It is absolutely scrumptious.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So how big was this fish? Like, is it like a swordfish size fish or just like a small fish?
Yeah, swordfish size is a good like metric. It's, probably about the size of like a Labrador or like a medium dog. That's like swordfish size, right?
No.
Oh.
Well, it depends on the swordfish, but yeah.
Sure.
They're bigger.
Swordfish are bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
More
Yeah.
like
No,
a
this was like a
jack.
30-pound fish.
Yeah. It's a good size fish.
Yeah.
I'll probably feed the boys, and I guess the captain deserves a meal, then give a little bit to all the people. The rest.
Yeah, Elizabeth thinks it's amazing. She's like, yeah, this is one of the best fish I've ever eaten. You got a real knack for this, Moriarty. I have hope for Theodore if he keeps hanging out with you.
Oh, don't be hoping too much. I'm not sure that man is worth a cause. How did he become your cook?
He's an orphan that stowed away, and he told us he could cook, so we've been keeping him on, but I don't really think he's that good at cooking. But he's here now, whatever. He's a useful pair of hands. He can fit, he's a small boy. He can fit in places the rest of us can't.
I see. Well, I'll try then, I suppose. It's gonna be a long trip. Moriarty walks back towards the kitchen after we're done eating.
Right.
I told you to do the damn dishes already.
I'm sorry, Moriarty, sir. I got distracted trying to sort out which ones were pumpkins and which ones were oranges. This one's smaller, but it looks like what you said was a pumpkin.
That's a gourd.
Oh. And Theodore like shoves the like blonde hair out of his face and he like nods. He's like, okay, I'll put this one with the other gourds then. And he goes and puts it next to the oranges.
Oh dear God in heaven, I don't know what we're gonna do with you. And Moriarty spends probably most of the rest of the day trying to teach him what's a fruit, vegetable, and various separate.
Right. So,
Sounds like he has scurvy, honestly. He's like, yeah, I'll eat this orange to protect me from getting scurvy.
I think it's time for like a short little lore dump. You'll pick this up, like, I think we'll do a bit of a montage. So you're sailing, and this is all happening like over the first week of sailing. So you're on this boat for about 8 days at the end of this lore dump, and over the time you gather some knowledge from the other sailors. So you learn about some of the other pirate ships and guilds. There's the Maple Marauders, a guild of Arahavian pirates, and so they have like a whole fleet of ships, and sometimes they'll go on missions like all together. Most of the time they're more independent. Somewhere in Narrowhan there is the Floating Republic, which is a massive conglomeration of barges and boats that are all kind of docked to one another, but they all just kind of ride out on the open waves. There's the Misfit, which is manned by a walrus folk named Captain Udok, not Grizzle. Captain Udok is famous for taking on like the rejects and the washed up like sea dogs that would otherwise not have a career anymore, for like being an amputee or having some other form of like disability or whatever has caused them to be kind of thrown to the side by the rest of society. So that's a pretty famous vessel. There's also the Ghost Current, which is a ship that strikes fear in the heart of pirates that are more ruthless. It's a vessel that is only seen on a blue moon, so the second full moon in a month. It strikes fear into the hearts of pirates that have committed violent crimes against others. So like the real like scummy pirates are there is tale of entire like brutal ships that have been massacred by the Ghost Current. It will appear on a blue moon to mete out vengeance for the world.
I have a question, or Mitsuka might have a question, I suppose.
Okay.
Are there pirates who don't do anything?
Was that a fucking VeggieTales joke, you fucking monster?
Monster?
Is that what you just did?
That's delightful. Speaking of
no.
gourds and oranges.
Stop. I won't
Elizabeth
do it.
takes a deep drink of rum.
So does Zachariah, and it just like splatters to the floor.
It's like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, like the guy drinking the bottle.
Right. She's like, I asked them once to do anything, and they just told me they don't do anything.
I jump off the boat.
Well, you don't really need to breathe. You can just walk around on the ocean floor.
Yeah.
Right.
I was gonna say man overboard.
Pull him back on the boat. The hard whip.
You can't escape if you want to.
No.
So, how many days have we been at sea at this point?
8 days at this point, and let me give you a little more information real quick, and then we'll see what all else you might be doing. So the Westanica and Taiyang wars, like there's the blockade at Cliffs Bay, so some of the sailors would probably open up and explain kind of what all is going on there. This is something Clacker would be pretty in tune with, probably Mitsuka would too, since you're both more familiar with like global politics of Narrowhan. But essentially, Westanica and Taiyang are two superpowers that are fighting over territory, influence, and resources across the various islands and archipelagos throughout the ocean. Westanica is a theocratic monarchy, so the whole like divine right of kings, the Tuldan family has been divinely ordained by the Flame of Alanar to rule both Westanica and to do what they can to impose order on the high seas. Taiyang is a self-professed paradise where everyone gets equal, like, a commune, a communist society. Everyone gets like equal rations and opportunities, and this is all controlled, of course, by the oligarchy that makes sure that everyone is equal, and they're just a little bit more equal than everyone else. Both Westanica and Taiyang want to, flex their muscles and be the only superpower in Narohan if possible. Both are pretty hesitant to directly engage each other in military action, so there's a lot of, proxy wars and things of that nature that occur throughout the archipelagos again. So Cliffs Bay is kind of one of the flashpoints that might turn into a hot war if things go sideways.
I think when, anyone mentions the King of Westanica having been inspired by the divine flame or anything, Mitsuka would be pretty upset about that. I don't know that she would directly challenge anyone, but she would kind of shake her head and kind of end the conversation shortly after that.
Yeah, I mean, Mitsuka would get the sense that none of the sailors really believe that. It's just what is professed by official Westanican doctrine.
I think she would just be, I think she would be very frustrated by the fact that is Westanican doctrine.
Yeah.
I feel a little rushed into a decision getting 8 days passed this quickly.
I mean, I'm sorry, we can back up and do the whole week in snapshots as well, if there's something you want to be doing.
I'm just worried about the decay of my body that I've obtained.
With applications of the salve that you took from Kraz, you are able to maintain the structural integrity of the corpse.
Oh yeah! I knew that. So glad you didn't drink that, Moriarty.
Yar, me too.
When you were guzzling all the potions trying to save yourself?
Already smacks opens a shutter from the kitchen and says, "Fuck off!"
Oh, all right, fine. Jesus.
Well, I still remember that dream. Those hallucinations. They weren't all that friendly. It wasn't a great time.
Yeah, does anyone over that period of time, confront me or talk to me, or are they worried about the body? Because it's kind of like a don't ask, don't tell situation for me. Which
right.
I don't.
Yeah, Jonas would. Again, Jonas was good friends with the corpse. Let's see. So he'll come up to you. Hey there, mate. So you took Harris's corpse. You got designs on it, or what?
Designs?
I mean, I feel like he'd probably want to be buried at sea. He always talked about feeding the fishes after the fishes have fed him. I thought it was a very satisfying cycle, sort of, give back to what has given him life.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. I like the concept myself. But tell me, do you think Harris would prefer more adventures? Because
I mean, if he were alive, I would think so.
I was able to not speak with him, you see, but I do, and I would just show him my lantern. I practice Ankusan. I don't know if you're familiar at all.
Only vaguely. I mean, I saw the spells that you cast when we went up against the sirens there, so I understand you're, a mage of some sort. You're a wizard?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not too familiar with magic myself, but, I see you have, ways of communicating.
I think I would, try to spend the next 8 days, unless he became, irate with me. I think I would try to spend the time speaking with him a little bit every night about what I believe and explaining to him what I do. And I don't think I would drop on him the idea that I'm going to bring Harris on adventures with me until I had kind of warmed him up to understanding what I do and how it would differ from the necromancy he probably had heard of.
Right. So, are you, actively proselytizing, trying to get him to become, a practitioner of Ankosan as well, or are you just kind of explaining your belief system?
I'd be explaining my belief system. I think that I think I would want him to follow my beliefs in that, everyone should live life to the fullest and never interfere with anyone else's, ability to live, and they should always take what they want, and it's all a cycle anyways, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I want him to, follow that. As far as, actively, no, not like that.
Okay, so we'll say, persuasion check, DC 12, or no, DC 10, he's comfortable with the idea of you and Harris's corpse. Well, you got a DC 10.
I got a 10.
Okay.
The ideas are weird. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
They're a
the
little
ideas
weird.
are weird. It was going to be a 17 and a 24 to get him respectively to like be really agreeable to your ideas and to actually like be interested in pursuing Ankosan himself. So he's not that convinced, but he is readily accepting of the idea of Harris getting to go on more adventures.
No, that's really all it is. He'll get a cool mask like mine. I shouldn't have said that. Never mind.
A cool mask like yours. What are you? Is that a fake beard?
What? What are you? Oh, what was that, Moriarty? Sorry. He's my friend's calling me. It's been good talking to you, Jonas.
Theodore comes up with like red rimmed eyes. He's like, "I'm sorry, I thought it was a lemon. It was a watermelon."
How would you get those confused? And how are your eyes red for? Oh, I don't want to know.
A fishing line
yeah.
comes out of the kitchen and pulls him back in. You're not done learning your fruits yet.
He's nowhere close, Moriarty. He's on like a different planet from knowing his fruits. So this is an interesting use of prestidigitation that I'd like to ask you about, Nathan.
Making a lemon feel like a watermelon?
No. What is clean? Like, how much intent is involved in the spell prestidigitation? Because I feel like a normal cleric would look at a body and cast prestidigitation, and it would be something of like repairing the object that is the corpse now, so that it looked nice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I feel like a necromancer casts prestidigitation with the intent of there not being any of this weak, rotting, disgusting flesh. For me, clean is just bone. Is that... I'm pitching this idea to you mid-podcast. I probably should have talked to you about it before, but what is clean? Is it intent?
So we can talk further later. We can come up with like another cantrip or something that you can do with your lantern on the level up at the end of the session. I would say prestidigitation is cosmetic only.
Okay.
So intent is important, but I don't believe it makes sense for you to be able to like
dirt, rust, flesh. It's all the same to me, honestly.
Yeah, I don't believe it makes sense for you to be able to like speed the process of decay with prestidigitation. But we can work out something else with your lantern.
Okay, cool.
Well, I do have a suggestion. So, do you have a box you're keeping the body in?
It's kind of just wrapped up in... Oh, hey. I wouldn't bring the food over here right now.
Well, I just got my tackle box, really, you know. If you have like a crate you keep him in, I got these corpse worms, you have a body, you want the bones, they want the flesh.
I don't know. That seems... He's trusted me with his essence, with his physical form. I think I need to be a little bit more respectful of that. It's good to know you're so comfortable with my practices, though, Moriarty. I think we're going to be very close friends.
Well, I know, you know, it's just what you do, and we're kind of, what's the word, partied up, we're moving around together, and I might as well get the best benefits as I can out of your situation by seeing if you can bring me some more corpse worms. But if you're not comfortable with it, that's fine.
I don't know. If it was like some piece of shit that I was like punishing or something.
What don't you understand by the name corpse worm? They don't eat the shit. They want the bodies.
Oh.
No, I'm saying if right. Okay, you understand what I'm saying.
Moriarty smiles and laughs as he walks away. I get it.
Okay, I didn't want my body to rot, but I forgot that I had embalming fluid.
Yeah. Other lore tidbits. Mitsuko, do you want to talk at all about the like astral plane and the Wayfinders at this point, or would you save that for some other time?
I think I would open up about that maybe a couple
like
days
over
into
dinners
the voyage.
and such.
Yeah, feeling more comfortable. So Mitsuka would tell people. Let me get her voice. Let me channel her voice here. Millennia ago, the Mind Flayers had imprisoned the Gith, and when the Gith finally rose up and revolted, some thought that violence was not the way, and that that the Gith attacked too hard. And so there are some of the Wayfinders who are called Yankee, and they believe in completely purging and destroying the Mind Flayers wherever they are. And The Zerai believe in a more peaceful approach that doesn't taint themselves with destruction, and there is some dissension between the two, but they do agree that mind flayers aren't good for the world. They just disagree on the means, I suppose. And plenty of mind flayers came here to Narohan, and the Wayfinders have tracked them down here. Obviously they were involved in the World Storm, and so we are trying our best to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. Yes, but that's pretty much all you need to know, and there's nothing else suspicious about us.
What?
Oh, yeah.
It all seemed normal until that last part.
Yeah. You thought the part where there were mind flayers causing apocalyptic events from space, you thought that was normal?
Well, yeah, until the part where you said there's nothing else suspicious.
Oh, okay.
That seems like something Zelton would say.
Well, do I look like Zelton to you?
I mean, you all kind of look the same to me. I'm not
Is
gonna
he
lie.
still looking for rats? Is he just like in a suit?
Honestly, he probably has been mutated into an aberration by now. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
You
hundreds
know
of
we're
miles
gonna have
away
to
back
fight.
in Cliffs Bay, he's like running after Kinawan, like, look, I got another rat.
You know we're going to have to fight an extremely mutated aberration of a Zelton with plenty of heads that are Nelton, Delton, Belton, Shelton.
Oh, God.
Like, you know it's going to happen.
Wonderful
He's
idea.
already an
Writing that
aberration,
down.
to be honest.
No, like, it's going to be like a Hydra situation.
That's...
I'm sure of it.
Oh, God. Why would you give him that idea?
Give who what idea?
It's good. It's a good point. I'm sorry, that's a good point. I just would feel rather embarrassed if I died to somebody named Nelton.
Well, don't do it then. So, the Honkies, are you in any sort of, like, direct conflict with the Honkies?
The Yankees, no. I would consider myself to be more of a Yankee anyway.
Wait, isn't that a bad word? Did I just say a bad word?
No, I think it's just like calling
word.
somebody like a bumpkin or like...
Oh, okay.
I think.
I have Austin in my ear every time I say a word. He's like, that's not a
Right.
good word.
Yeah, Yankee and Zerai are like essentially political factions. So, yeah.
Okay. But the Honkies, they're just political. You don't, like, actually fight.
No, yes. It's much more peaceful than the political divides on Narohan. Yes, so I would say I'm probably more of a Yankee myself. I believe we need to track down the mind flayers and destroy them if we have to defend the innocent.
Oh, get Yankee.
Yes.
I think I've heard of those.
Well, I mean, it's not like the Wayfinders are much of a secret. I'm sure you've heard of us at some point.
Oh, just in my studies. It's curious if you consider yourself more of a militant that you chose to come with us. I mean, I like it, but must mean you have faith that we can do more damage to the mind flayers if you help us later than what you can do by yourself in Cliffs Bay.
Yeah, well, I get a sense that your party is up to something important, and I believe that there is a divine
Friendship.
current for all of us, and that you must go with it. Fighting against it creates dissension, and going with the current creates peace. I
find
felt
that
the tugging
interesting.
of the current as soon as I met you all, and I'll do what I can to attain peace.
Would not your deity see your rising above the current as the ultimate ascension? I mean, going with the current, that's for the common man, not for the practicer.
I suppose if you're looking for glory and power, you might want to rise above the current, but I think perhaps you find peace when you let the current guide you.
It's interesting. I guess we believe the same thing in a very weird way.
I think
Like a game of telephone. Like we heard someone out. What's a telephone? like
A game of scrying mirrors.
a game of scrying mirrors. Like, I myself have conquered the current that I see as the most powerful, and I seek to be able to do that for everyone.
I don't believe so much in conquering the currents as letting them guide us and embracing the currents that come with life.
I just kind of like tilt my head and throw my hand up, like, I guess whatever floats your boat.
Well, that's what currents usually do, yes.
Right, but if you just follow the currents, you wind up dashed up against some sharp rocks and never mind. The analogy is going to go too far. Sailing living, truly experiencing things is literally the act of using the currents for your own gain.
I think you might underestimate the power of the current. Also, I would like to ask, you say living, but you don't seem to be doing much of that.
Oh, am I not? I lived not only once but twice. I continue to live. I'm older than anyone here, I think. Maybe. I don't actually know. My worldview has changed slightly. But I will outlive all. I mean, I would poke him, like his exposed flesh where like his shell wasn't.
Mitsuka is a she.
She. This burns and rots and cuts and bleeds. Am I not the livingest among us? I have conquered death.
I don't know about all that, but I suppose you are living. Just perhaps in a different form than most are used to.
Against the currents.
Or perhaps you have your own current.
Oh, for fuck's you religious people, you just change what you're saying whenever it conveniences your beliefs.
Are you not just changing
what
what
you're saying? You are the same as me. You are the same as me. You had a current. You went to fight mind flayers. And look at you now. We're on a fine adventure, making friends. You don't even know the person we're saving. Look, it's beautiful.
And yes, I believe the current has guided me this way.
Okay, all right. I like you, Mitsuka. Good friend. We'll debate further as we get to know each other.
Yes, well, seeing as one of us here has actually been on the Astral Sea, perhaps I might know a thing or two you don't know.
Oh, I'm quite sure, and I'm curious to know everything.
Well, may the currents guide you always.
Well, no.
No. And Mitsuka just kind of turns and walks away.
Yeah, and as that conversation comes to an end, Elizabeth yells, "Ahoy, there's a ship ahead. You all ready to plunder it?" And I think that's where we'll call it tonight, as you pull up next to this other vessel.
Nice. Some proper pirating coming up.
Indeed.
Right.
This has been the Kaleidosphere, To Whom the Sea Belongs. Thank you for joining us on this epic voyage, a voyage that has finally set out into the sea. If you enjoyed this, then please like, share, subscribe, leave a hopefully 5-star review. A quick written review as well would be just extra fantastic. Any method of spreading awareness is really helpful, and we're very grateful for that. Also, while you're at it, just get in touch with us. Go to our Discord or our email or our Twitter. Links to all of that is on Linktree/the Kaleidosphere. Just say hi, let us know what you think of the show, introduce yourselves. We would love to get to know you all. This campaign is dedicated to Brandon, who we hold in loving memory. To Whom the Sea Belongs is a campaign set in the Kaleidosphere. That's kale, like the vegetable, Ido, I-D-O, sphere. Join us next week as we get into some proper pirating.
May the currents guide all of you.